Hi, Epic Families. This is the 2017-2018 Digital Binder tutorial. Okay, so each of you should have received a link for your personalized digital binder. Every student has his or her own, and it is individualized to that particular student. So what is the digital binder? The digital binder is just a Google Sheet that has tabs here at the bottom. There is a schedule tab, a calendar tab, grades, and an info tab, and I'll go over those individually in just a little bit. The point of the digital binder is to have a one-stop shop for not only myself, but the student and the family. Because we use multiple curriculums and supplements, I needed a way to help myself stay organized as well as my family's. So I created the digital binder. And I've seen a lot of great success last year and am happy to continue using it this year. So even for my veteran families, there are a few changes, so pay close attention to those. So when you first click the link, this is the first page that pops up because it's the first tab, the schedule tab. As you can see on the left are the days of the week and what week we are in, as well as the names of the students' classes at the top. The directions are as follows. This is how much work should be completed each day and each week. The squares that are blacked out mean you do not have to do that assignment that day unless you want to in order to work ahead or complete extra assignments. Items that are highlighted red are overdue or have not been turned in or completed. Okay, so this is the schedule. So this is our sample student here. Monday is Labor Day, so there's no school, and notice that that is noted in the schedule. Tuesday, highlighted is important information. So Tuesday is the first day of school. And if we go across the row, there are a list of things for the student to complete. Sometimes there will just be the name of the lesson, like in this square here. Other times there will be an actual link that you click on. So notice while I hover over this square, the little link pops up, and then I just click that, and that assignment will pop up automatically. So here we have the day 1 through 4 checklist. So then I can go back to my binder. Notice the tabs at the top. I can go back to it just by clicking that tab. Okay, so all of the work for the week, for 2 weeks actually, is listed at one time. Once we get to the second week, I will begin adding the next 2 weeks assignments in, so you'll see the changes. Here are the blacked out squares. So what that means is, for this subject, physical science, these are all of the assignments that need to be complete this week. So there's only 3 assignments. However, there are 4 school days. So that just means that Wednesday, if you follow this exactly, you don't have to do a physical science assignment unless you wanted to do this one on Wednesday and this one on Thursday. That way you have Friday off. So this is extremely flexible. There is no right or wrong in the order of how you complete assignments. So you can follow the schedule exactly as it is, which means you would do 1 assignment in every subject. So you have on Tuesday 1 English, 1 math, 1 science, 1 history, and so on. You could do it like that. Or you could do all of your English in one day. So English assignment 1, English assignment 2, 3, and 4. You could do all of this in one day if you wanted to. I do not care how it gets done. All I care about is that by Friday at 5 o'clock, every assignment that is listed in this schedule is completed. So it's up to you how you want to go about it. Then I do grades the following week. So I will do grades for this first week of school during the second week of school. And if assignments are not finished, you will lose points for turning in a late assignment. So just keep that in mind as you are looking at your schedule. Okay, so if you have any questions about that, please let me know next week. The next tab is the calendar tab. This is where I will put our meeting times so that students and families can keep track of when their next meeting is, as well as I didn't point this out, but I put it here as well. So if we were to meet, I will also put it in this front page so that there's no confusion about when we're meeting. So I will keep our meeting notes here, our agenda, and then any notes that are important to me, but I will let you see those. And then here is the link to the school calendar. So you've already received this link as well, but in case you didn't realize it was here, here it is. So you hover over the link and then you can click down here like so, and it pulls up the school calendar. As noted at the top here, these school breaks are based off my personal calendar. If you want or need to take a major break, such as a fall break or spring break, at a different time, you simply need to communicate that to me. However, these school breaks only apply to students who are caught up on all of their work. You will not have permission to take a break unless the student has completed all of their assignments up until that point. If you choose to take a break anyway, you will lose points for late assignments. So the big thing here is just to communicate that with me. Super flexible, like I said. But this is based off of my schedule. So notice that fall break is a little bit later than, say, normal public schools. That's because I will be out of town on these dates. However, you do not have to take your fall break here if you don't want to. You can just communicate that with me and we will put it in your schedule. So first semester is up at the top and then you have second semester. The grades tab. This is where I keep track of all of your assignments and any data. So with this link, you hover over it again and then click on the link that pops up. And on your grade sheet, you will see every assignment that is due for the semester. Now, it's going to take me some time to finish these for every student, but eventually you will see, so here at the top, this is English 1, and then all of the assignments that are expected. I may add a few in as the semester goes, but it shouldn't be very many extras. So every assignment and then the final grade will be at the bottom. There are 3 categories for grades. A daily grade. This will include the notes, the handwritten notes that are required for every lesson. So if you do not turn those notes in for the lesson, you will get a bad daily grade. Your quiz results, these are the mastery tests or any quizzes that you take, those will be in this column. And then tests will include unit tests and final exams. And each of those 3 categories will be averaged together for your final grade, which will be displayed up here. Overall grade. And then percent complete, this is how much of the class or how many assignments you have completed. So you will be done with the course when you are at 100% complete. As you can see at the bottom here, there's one tab for each of your classes. So parents, when you're looking at your child's grades, just make sure you are paying attention to the class and then any assignments that are listed there. Lastly, the info page is extremely important because this is where all of your login information is found, along with the links to the websites that we will be using. So here, login information, the student's username will be found in this column, the name of the curriculum that they have access to, their passwords, which we try to keep the same, but Study Island, for some reason this year, has a lowercase e. So just pay attention to the passwords. The links I have already linked for you here. So depending on your curriculum, you will have a different link, but basically you hover over the link here and then click on it. To the right, you have the number to our Technology Help Center. If you have any technology needs, you can ask me, but I am not an IT expert. These people are. So my response to you will often be, you need to call Beasley. That's the name of our tech company. Here's our number and email, as well as my information. You should already have this saved somewhere, but in case you don't, it is here. There's also an FAQ page, or a frequently asked questions page. I try to kind of keep this updated with information that I get asked commonly, just to save myself some time. So please don't be offended if I tell you to refer to the FAQ page. As you know, having 39 students, all grades, all subjects, it's a lot of work. And so I try to make things as efficient as possible. So a lot of the questions that you may have, you can get the answers to here. Under the Miscellaneous tab, you have your Parent Portal link. So if you click the link, it will take you to the Parent Portal login. I have placed your username, and the passwords I don't know because you said that. So you should know, and if you don't, that's okay. You can go to the link and then put in follow the steps for forgot password, and you can reset it. The vendor directory is super important to several of my families. This is where you can see the list, extensive list, of EPIC vendors. In order for the Learning Fund to pay for things like voice lessons and music classes and basketball, they have to be a vendor. So here's the list of vendors that EPIC uses. And records requests, if you are needing a transcript or you need proof of enrollment for a job or a driver's license, you have to submit a request online. I cannot give you that information. Our GSM department has to do that. So you just follow the link and fill in the information. Returning materials, this is for if you ever are returning something, let's say at the end of the year, like a laptop or a MiFi, you would also follow this link here. Okay, one last thing, and I think that covers it. Parents especially, as I'm doing grades, I will be grading these assignments that I've listed in the schedule, and if they are not complete, I will then change the color to red. That means that it is late or it is incomplete. So please, 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 this is the most important item that we will use all year. And so I have some important notes regarding this. So let me go to my notes here. Okay, important notes about the digital binder. I am constantly updating these every single day, so please check them every day. You might check it Monday and I make a change on Tuesday, so it's very important to constantly be checking these binders. Also, I have 39 students, grades pre-K through 12. It's a lot of assignments in every subject to keep up with, so please don't be too critical of me if I make a mistake. But if you notice something, then just let me know. Parents, I'm asking you to check these at least once a week and maybe more depending on the responsibility level of your child. You know who they are. If they need someone to stay on top of them a little bit more, then you need to check this more often. Also, parents should always check the binder first before asking me questions about your child's progress because, like I said, I update these weekly. So most of the answers to your questions should be found in the binder as long as you are familiar with it. Okay, so that is the conclusion of this tutorial. Once you've watched it,